In this forum, the young women are able to interact with their mentors, share their experiences in the mediation journey, as well as position themselves to actively take part in peace processes.
I got into peace building, not necessarily mediation, and I realized that as much as you're doing peace building, it's very important to actually reach to the point of reconciliation. So peace building hanging without thinking about reconciliation really inspired me. The suffering of the women and the opportunity for them to come and reconcile.
You know, in Ethiopia, diversity became the very sensitive issue for us, and it became the reason for conflict and violence. So I wanted to know how we can manage diversity in a peaceful way, and to convert the diversity management ways in peaceful ways and help youth to engage in that way. So I decided to be a peace advocate and a peacemaker as well.
I'm a young woman mediation ambassador. One of the challenges I face as a young woman, I'm disadvantaged twice, because I'm a woman, and at the same time I'm a youth. And being brought from a patriarchy community where women's voices are not yet considered, I was having challenges joining these forums because first, women are not given spaces. So you are fighting for your space as a young woman at the same time as a youth. I overcame these challenges by first making sure that all these decision-making tables, a youth or a woman is being represented. Personally, I make sure that I'm well connected, I'm well networked. Secondly, I made sure that I push myself forward, being aggressive, and also making sure that any contribution you make as a young woman, your voice is being heard.
One of the things that, of course, we recognize is that in many societies, the domain of peace and security has been very much dominated by men. And so through research and through community peace building work, where women have been very, very instrumental in promoting peace within communities, and secondly, research work that has been done that shows that if we want to have peace that is sustainable, it's important to include every person as much as possible in promoting peace in their countries and in dealing with issues that create the conflict. So having that understanding that it is important to have inclusive peace processes is why we've been advocating and promoting the importance of the inclusion of women.
Information is what will move you from step 1 to step 2, or move you to the next room. 2, what is your agenda? Because you want to be counted. What is your agenda? Who is setting the agenda for you? Because if somebody sets the agenda for you, you will pay dearly because they want information. Now, if you cannot influence the men in the room, then you can be sure you will not achieve anything. It will still remain a women issue. And those are the people we're meant to influence, because if we don't influence them, we shall still talk about GBV. So you must look at who are the actors, how do we bring them on board? And one of the things that you must know in your life, what makes you tick?
There are many skills which we need in peace building. There are many things which we need in mediation. We need to do lots of research. We need to find out what is happening in other countries in order to best apply our mediation skills in our own context. But let us never forget that conflicts may be similar, but they are different, maybe in nature and in their complexity. But each conflict will always have a way of facilitating or leading the mediation. And let us at times use local solutions to resolving conflict. We must always try to engage people to see the need for mediation. And in the journey of doing that, we should have one female young leader with us to see how we are doing these things, how we go about resolving, facilitating to resolve conflict. And we will see that there are so many untapped potentials within the youth female leaders which will be developed and translated into a beautiful young woman peace mediator.
What can be done for younger women to be engaged in peace processes first is to capacity build them. Let's give them spaces, let's expose them, let's share experience with them and understand what they think. And from today's forum, I learned something that every woman's voice should be heard.
What I would advise young women is that they have to be relevant, they have to listen in. It's very, very important to listen and get the consent of the people. They have to be fully involved in the process. And I would advise them, it's not very easy to sit at the table. They can influence the process from any area. Look out for the opportunity, and when you get the opportunity, invite yourself into that space. And once you invite yourself into the space, be relevant. Don't walk alone. Get a company, get mentorship from already people who are doing this work. When you're mentored, mentor another person so that the knowledge is not left within one person.
Being in this particular workshop, mentorship workshop, has been very, very inspiring. Listening to the different stories of the young women here that are working in their communities to promote peace, to promote cohesiveness. So I think for me that has been very, very inspiring, seeing them taking initiative, their own initiative, to try and see how they can solve the conflicts that they have at that level. So very, very inspiring interacting with them. And for me, IPHRD is doing a fantastic job in creating this kind of platforms where we can have the intergenerational exchange, where senior women can be able to share their stories and equally hear stories from the younger women in terms of this common agenda that we have of promoting peace and that sustainable peace. And I commend IPHRD for this very excellent work that they are doing, and would really wish for them to get funding support so that they can continue this niche that they have identified of empowering young women and young men to be agents of peace.